CNN's K-File just revealing more controversial comments from Trump's attorney in the Stormy Daniels hush money case, Joe Tacopina. Now, we've told you about some of the comments Tacopina made in 2018 defending Michael Cohen's credibility and calling the Daniels situation a Pandora's box that would have bad results for Trump. But the famed defense attorney also suggested that he believed Trump had the affair with Daniels, which, of course, Trump repeatedly denies.
You haven't seen him send a tweet or anything, which is unusual. And by the way, to me, it means you know it's true, right? Because he has a threat to sue.
All right, out front now, the senior editor of CNN's K-File, Andrew Kaczynski of K-File. All right, so, I mean, it's amazing when you took the time to go through and so much that you found. This was not the only time that we just played there that you found Tacopina saying that he believed Trump had an affair with Stormy Daniels, which, of course, is at the heart of Trump saying nothing happened here because he's saying he didn't have an affair.
Yeah, and what's interesting is, Tacopina, in addition to being a well-known criminal defense attorney, he's also a well-known criminal defense commentator. He's been on this show. He's been on many shows over the years talking about all sorts of legal matters. One of those, Stormy Daniels, 2018. And there's two interesting things I want people to listen to in these clips we're about to play. One is him speculating over this situation. His personal opinion, as we will hear, is he thinks it's true. The other is him suggesting that this could be an in-kind campaign contribution. These are both things that he now says are not true. Take a listen to this.
No one who's here is going, oh my God, I can't believe this. I've said all along, if he had just come out and said, yeah, I did, so what? And just chalk that up to another one of the things on his list of minor scandals, he gets through. Right. She's gone into great detail about her one-night stand with him. What else can she say? There's nothing else to tell. This could be looked at as an in-kind contribution at the time of the election. This is a real problem.
Okay, so he, as you said, clear that he believes that the affair happened and clear that he thinks it could be an in-kind campaign contribution and a real problem. So now he's making the other side of both of those arguments. But this is not the only issue where Tacopina is at odds with Trump. So you found another clip from a 2021 interview where Tacopina said very clearly and strongly that he believes that Trump deserved the blame and should be impeached over the January 6th insurrection. So here's this one that Andrew found.
Well, I don't think he did anything criminal. Did I think he did something impeachable? Yes, I do. When you say to a bunch of lunatics, a bunch of, people who have had a propensity towards violence before, these groups that are gathered, which was a planned gathering, hey, go to the Capitol and fight. And fight for what? Go to the Capitol and fight for what does fight mean? To these idiots, what do you think it meant? They killed people.
He said it beautifully.
And what's interesting about this guy is he is not just Trump's attorney legally. He is also Trump's attorney in the court of public opinion. We have seen this guy on CNN. We've seen this guy on Good Morning America, on Fox News. He is out there, repping Trump. So it is really interesting to hear, him commenting on Trump, commenting on the Capitol riot before he was legally representing him. We did reach out to him. We asked him about this. He said his mind hasn't changed on the issue. What changed is that he learned the facts.
Okay, that's interesting. But these are really interesting to hear. I mean, and it's clear that he believed what he said when he said it. I'll just put it at that. It's clear he believed what he said, especially there on January 6th. And as I said, he said it beautifully. All right, thank you so much.